A sun-drenched September evening here in Tacoma, Washington, and at Cheney Stadium, where tonight Tacoma Defiance plays host to Tulsa Roughnecks FC. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on ESPN+. I'm Andrew Harvey, alongside Dave Clark. And Dave, this Tacoma team, there will be no postseason for them, but there's still a lot to play for.
Yeah, there's definitely stuff to play for here in Tacoma. There's next season. There's pride. The pride has never gone out of this Tacoma Defiance team. They kind of exhibit that defiant attitude.
Absolutely. Tulsa, on the other hand, still has a shot at making the postseason, and if they do, we have to imagine that Rodrigo DaCosta will play a pretty big role in that.
Yes, Rodrigo DaCosta, with his 9 goals and 11 assists, is really the man behind the attack here for the Tulsa Roughnecks FC. It's going to be interesting to watch him play. He's dynamic and can attack from many different places, and Tacoma Defiance will have to shut him down if they want the win.
Absolutely. On the other side of things, he's not in the starting 11, but Marlon Vargas is a player who kind of exhibits that spirit of what this Tacoma Defiance squad has been going through over the course of this 2019 season.
Yeah, in the second half, the attacks looked strong. And part of that is because players like Marlon Vargas, Danny Robles, they've gotten those games in. They've gotten that education, and these youngsters are showing that they understand professionalism now, and the advancement that they've taken from month 1 here to month 6 or 7 of the season has been really, really strong.
Well, Tulsa still playing for the postseason. Tacoma Defiance looking to play the spoiler. We'll see how it all shakes out next on ESPN+.
Stadium here in Tacoma, Washington, and on ESPN+. Moments away from kickoff between Tacoma Defiance and Tulsa Roughnecks. Time now for your multi-care pre-match health report, which will also serve as a bit of breaking news. Anthony Burke-Gilroy unavailable for Tacoma Defiance tonight following surgery on that hand injury he picked up a few matches ago. Also added to that list at the last moment is Josh Atencio, who is listed in the starting 11, but Jesse Daly will be getting the start in his stead. Let's take a look at the starting 11 for Tulsa Roughnecks FC. Come in tonight with a 7-14-9 record, 30 points, but with 3 to play, could still theoretically hit that playoff mark. Dave, when you look at their starting 11, what jumps out?
Well, really, you got to focus on that left side. Both Lobo and Altamirano have 7 goals apiece. So if DaCosta is distributing well, look for them to attack on that left side. They're particularly dangerous there.
On the other side of things, for Tacoma Defiance, I think Jesse Daly probably where we have to have our attention. He'd been preparing and anticipating to jump in, come off the bench at some point in the second half, I imagine. Now Chris Little turns to him and says, "Oh, you're the man."
Yeah, he's an aggressive defender, probably the most aggressive of the Tacoma Defiance's defensive midfield players. Likes to get a little bit into distribution. Played at right back last week. So Jesse Daly will add a little bit more toughness to it. Josh Atencio's long-range passing will be missed by Defiance.
Your referee for tonight is Reina Fonseca, assistants Jeremy Davis, and Jesus Mejia. The fourth official is Charlie Delgadillo. Well, at this point in the broadcast, we welcome in James Riley. James, thanks for being with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, gentlemen. Always a pleasure.
Two teams out on the pitch now, just about set to get underway. Defiance there in the black kits with white shorts. We'll move from right to left on your screen in the first half. Tulsa in white with orange trim going back the other way. Well, James, Dave and I kind of talked about at the top of the broadcast, there will be no postseason for Tacoma.
Right.
But for the players, in a way, that means there's everything to play for, particularly for guys who have extensions coming up or options.
Yep. Certainly. I mean, you're playing for contracts. You're playing for an opportunity to be with the team next year, and you're also just playing to stay in this league or to have some upward movement as well. So anytime you step on the field, it's an opportunity to prove yourself, and that's what these players will do moving forward.
Danny Leyva on the right side of your screen there. It's Justin Dillon and Jesse Daly over the ball as we get set to get underway. Awaiting the whistle from referee Reina Fonseca. And there it is, 90 minutes of USL Championship action for you here from Cheney Stadium.
Aggressive start there. You see it more and more where people and teams dribble straight off the kickoff. It was common practice just to touch it back and dump it and look to challenge that first ball and second ball, but you see a different approach.
Comes to the near side for Lobo. Altmirano, 7 goals on the year for him. And that comes off of Shandon Hopiau. Altmirano tonight set to be squaring off against Denzo Ulyssi. Ulyssi making his 13th start of the year for Tacoma Defiance. Recently returned from international duty where he helped Haiti through to the formal CONCACAF Olympic qualifying tournament.
Yeah, it's a big move for Haiti. Denzo was telling me that he plays basically with his friends. Most of his U23 team come from his same hometown.
Well, certainly they'll be regarded as long shots to earn an Olympic bid, but it is one of the joys of the qualification process is the ability to dream of the unknown. And of course, that qualifying thing has really kept him away from Tacoma quite a bit this year. Breaking up the left side, that's Daly cutting that in. Mason Stajdahar getting his 17th start of the year quickly on the cross.
Great surging play by Tacoma Defiance. When they're able to cause turnovers in the attacking third and middle of third, you see how quickly they can transition and push into the attack. That one was great surging effort by Daly. His ability to win the ball in midfield will be key today for Tacoma Defiance.
Hedrick gets it to Sheldon along the far side. Here's Marlin. Making his move. Cross blocked there. Gone out for a corner, our first.
Good defending there. Good individual defending against a top player. Marlin getting isolated, does a little inside-outside move, tries to get to the end line. But a good challenge. And now Tacoma Defiance will have to defend the set piece.
It's Rodrigo da Costa out to take it. 11 assists on the season, and you saw he's taking his time there. More on that after this set piece. Da Costa for the in-swinger. Dangerous ball, still loose. And a slicing shot eventually headed back out by Defiance. At the top of the area, there's Toby Uzo. Was trying to tee up that bicycle, but couldn't get it to come off in time. But one of the things that Tulsa is certainly going to have to keep track of over the course of tonight's match, they played a very taxing game against San Antonio FC on Wednesday. Wound up winning 4-3 to really keep their playoff hopes alive. But just one change the starting 11 from that match. So you have to wonder how the minutes will wear on for Tulsa Roughnecks as this match progresses.
This is also their final road flight of the year. The rest of their home games or their away games are close enough that they'll take local transportation.
Reyes there. Alfonso Ocampo Chavez getting the start on the left wing. He thinks he was fouled. The referee disagrees. Tulsa looking for Uzo. Uzo's gone for goal. It's covered up by Trey Muse at the near post. 17th start of the year for Trey Muse.
Good sure hands by Trey Muse there. Good feet. Collects the ball well. It's good saves to get himself into this game. But he's going to be huge in organizing that front line in front of him. That back line has to be turned on in case there's a turnover in the middle of third. How are they going to extinguish Tulsa's opportunity? And there you saw it. They turned off for a little bit and allows Tulsa to catch him a bit on the transition and get a shot off.
And the switch looking for Alfonso Ocampo Chavez. Usually plays as an out-and-out number 9. But anytime Justin Dillon is in town, players tend to get displaced. 10 goals, 1 assist on the year for the big man. He played well enough to earn an MLS contract with Seattle Sounders FC midway through the year. That'll draw a free kick.
You like the aggressive stance by Dillon and Daly there, and you know the rest of the attacking core for Tacoma Defiance to set that high line, to really push the tempo, make it difficult for Tulsa to get out of their defensive third.
Have a look at the foul there.
Denzo drops his foot down after the tackle, fortunately making contact.
Nifty header there. Marlin giving chase. Bit of a shoulder in his back from Nick Hines. Nothing doing, says the referees. But you could hear the shout from the Tulsa bench. They thought that their man might have won a penalty just now. Gonzalez, Altamirano. To the byline goes Altamirano. Another corner.
And going back to that initial play, with Uzo's ability to win flick headers, you have to almost over-exaggerate your ability to drop. So as that center back goes in, you have to drop quickly.
Squared here for Gonzalez. He's gone for goal. That's off the left post. Trey Muse didn't get a hand to it, so it'll be a goal kick.
And Tacoma Defiance Tulsa catching Tacoma Defiance on a quick set piece, a quick corner kick opportunity. Leads to that very good attempt on goal.
Defensively, James, what can you do to try to be alert to those, especially when you do have so many
Right.
players to mark inside the penalty area?
No, great question. It just comes down to roles and responsibilities. There's going to be roles and responsibilities of players that should be looking out for the short set piece and the short quick corner, and others' job is to get set and get marked. But obviously the goalkeeper is instrumental in that, in communicating and vocalizing and getting his team organized and set.
Sheldon, the throw on the near side. He's brought down by Jesse Daly. Spent last year playing with Waterside Karori over in Wellington, New Zealand. Year before that, St. Louis FC. Now back in the States and plying his trade for the Roughnecks. Hedrick, the long ball over the top. And the ball's gone off of Ethan Doubleair's arm. Doubleair, an interesting proposition for this Tacoma team. Young player, part of the Sounders Academy, but has been turning heads recently, earned a couple of youth national team call-ups, scored a goal for Tacoma in that win over San Antonio. And one of those players who, if he keeps having performances the way he has been at this level, could be on a pro contract by next season.
Coach Little appreciates Doubleair across all three of those attacking bands, whether it's in wide, central, and it doesn't really matter if he's on the left or the right. That kind of role flexibility is something that they really appreciate from him.
Sam Rogers wins that ball in the air. Jesse Daly going in against Marlin. Tulsa has it back now. The wide ball, and caught cleanly by Muse at the back post.
And Tacoma Defiance needs to be careful. They're getting caught and losing a lot of second ball opportunities, which is allowing Tulsa to sustain their pressure. So they have to do a better job of battling for the right to play, winning those second and third ball opportunities, especially in the middle third.
Hopiao winning that throw in along the far sideline. But one of the things that over the course of this year he hasn't had to do too much is coordinate those runs with Denzo Ulysses. Ulysses has been away for just about half the season. And for the most part, it's been Anthony Burke-Gilroy who's been slotting in at that fullback position. Burke-Gilroy, very solid defensive player as a holding mid, which is his normal role. But he has not ventured forward on offense too much, and Denzo Ulysses has the pace to do that and then some. Double air making a move here. He's shouldered off the ball by Hedrick. James, you're probably our resident fullback expert. I feel comfortable saying that. What goes into trying to coordinate with a winger when you're going to be making your runs, when you're coming under, when you're coming over?
Great question, and that, again, comes down to communication, and they've certainly run these, you know, functional drills and patterns in training, and this is where you kind of want to display that, and it takes communication. As an outside back, you communicate when you're overlapping, and obviously you want to get rewarded for an overlap as well. So it's critical that when the overlap is initiated, that Hopiao drives, commits a defender, and either plays the overlap or takes it himself.
Pretty steady give and go there from Marlin and Uzo. You see it here. Just a nice little layoff. Marlin lets fly from distance. Can't put it anywhere close to goal. You see that buildup as there's a bad giveaway. Here's Altmirano. Altmirano's gone for goal. It's right at Muse. He taps it to himself.
And a poor giveaway there by Daly, uncharacteristic, leads to that opportunity, a swerving ball.
Dillon calling for the advance ball. Hines goes ahead to Ocampo Chavez. Leyva. He's pressing forward. Hammers it to the far side. Hopiao has it. Ulysses coming underneath. Uzo going to try to shoulder his way past Rogers.
And that's where you want to see a bit more patience by Leyva there. Create numbers up opportunities, right? Play what you can see, and gaps will open up. A 3v2 opportunity there, turn it into a 2v1 opportunity. But no, don't force it once you've gotten all the way into the attacking third with numbers up.
Alex Burkholz to the far side for Ulysses.
Tacoma Defiance doing a good job of being patient. Just knock the ball around.
Dillon not going to get the free kick, not even going to get the throw in there. James, you never want to leave it too late in a match to try to get an opening goal, but for this Tacoma team that knows Tulsa had to go 90 hard minutes for that 4-3 win,
certainly,
is there an element of trying to let them run themselves ragged?
You do worry, especially when you're at home. You want to come out and press the tempo. You want to assert yourself early on with a high line. And we've seen Tacoma's best chance came when they caused a turnover in the middle third and they were able to go directly to goal, put a good cross in with runners hitting the box in stride at speed. The goalkeeper was able to gobble it up, but you want to see them. If they're at their best when they can cause turnovers in the attacking third and in the middle third and go straight to goal. If not, they can recycle the play and just knock the ball around and get numbers up opportunities on the flanks. But yes, I would like to see them pressing the tempo, especially here at home, knowing that Tulsa had a very difficult game previously.
DaCosta once more for the in-swinger. A lot of options inside the 6. Altmirano available near side. He'll put it in. And it's straight into the hands of Muse. Ulysses here. Gone ahead for Hopiao. That's well weighted. Dillon moving in the inside. Falls here for double air. Double air going to his left. Poked away by a sliding Hedrick. And now here comes Tulsa right the other way. Now DaCosta has everything going but the ball there. He'll be frustrated that touch didn't come off the way he wanted.
Great action there by Tacoma Defiance. Starts with a simple ball, makes it look very easy. Leyva in the middle third at midfield there with just a calm outlet ball. He's able to see the numbers up opportunities, delivers to Ulysses with a great ball, good timing, and allows that surge, great numbers, great runs in the box. And Double Air, unfortunate with that touch to cut inside. Great thought, though.
Uzo puts it out wide. Sheldon's there. He'll lose out to Daly.
Tulsa really likes that Uzo-Berkholz matchup. They have the height advantage, and that's difficult to have.
Yes.
Alex Berkholz is a big man.
Uh-huh. And again, once you know that, that's when your covering defenders are so important. They have to drop. If you're going to go put pressure, you have to drop. Great run,
Work
too.
through for Ocampo Chavez. He's gone toward Dylan. It's too long for him. Headed out at the backside by Lobo. Hope Yao drops back to Leyva. James, pardon the interruption just now.
Oh,
the action
no
took us
problem.
away.
Yeah, it was
Please
great.
finish your thought.
I'm not sure what the thought was going to be, but it will come back to me.
Fair enough. Daly trying Ocampo Chavez once more up the near side. That's held in. Ocampo Chavez is claiming he's won a corner. And he'll get a throw-in instead. Nick Hines demonstrated his ability a couple times this year to heave him in. Instead, he'll just reset. I happened to see a statistical breakdown not too long ago of possession retention by angle in terms of where you throw the ball in. And pretty much anytime you're throwing it in parallel or forward, it's about 50-50. Ocampo Chavez trying to play that in, knocked away by Hedrick. James, do you like that move to throw it back and just retain possession?
I do, actually. It was a good one. It just wasn't the best decision from Sam Rogers there. He can drop it. He had plenty of numbers and options just to play the simplest ball and retain possession. But certainly if you're able to retain possession off a throw-in and recycle it, without a doubt you want to try to do that. It just comes down to decision-making.
Hope Yao making a slicing run here. Ball's too long for him. Stajdahar will collect it. Dave, are you a fan of the fact that we're living in, or at the very least approaching the era of big data in soccer?
Oh, I'm a numbers guy. I think that it can add so much to the game.
Turnover here for Ocampo Chavez. He tries to push it forward for Dylan. Broken up by Hedrick once more. Hines commits. Wins the ball and holds it in right there on the near sideline.
Great defending by Hines. Touch tight. Gets into the attacker there with his body and is able to retain possession.
Ulysses brings this ball down. His cross is blocked. That's gone out for a corner.
Good aggressive play by Ulysses. Gets his on his chest, takes a good second touch as well. Looks to whip it in. Draws a corner. Set piece opportunity for Tacoma Defiance.
Ocampo Chavez, you can see they have to tilt the name pretty hard to fit it on the shirt there. He'll go for the in-swinger. Double air. He's available as the short side option. Plays it back to AOC. Now the overlap for Hope Yao. Hope Yao. It's a low ball in. Stajdahar scarfs it up at the near post.
It's a fantastic little set play. That was an absolute fantastic little set piece. Very well orchestrated. Timing was good.
Here's another look.
Inches away. Great delivery. You just want that, whip that. Dylan attacks that front post. Maybe could have gotten in a little earlier, but if he gets a nick on it, it's a goal. That's a fantastic set piece opportunity and set play from the Tacoma Defiance.
Ulysses has been whistled for handling just shy of midfield. Lobo restarts.
And there's just too big of a gap. You can see that when Dylan goes, Double Air goes as well. There's too big a gap behind that. They have to do a better job of staying aligned. If you have your your two front runners are going to go, then you have to go with them. There you go. Now it's initiated. You have to hunt the ball in packs.
This is both defensive midfielders applying this pressure now, too.
Yep.
Uzo wins the header. Brought down for Reyes.
Uzo's been fantastic in the air. His ability to hold, his hold-up play, his ability to flick headers on, but intentionally, he's knocking down. I mean, that was a fantastic knockdown they just had.
Gone ahead for AOC. Taking on Hedrick. Alfonso Ocampo Chavez has gone for goal, and Stajdahar thought for a second that that ball might get beyond him, but what a recovery from the Tulsa keeper.
Good attacking play, great action there by Chavez. Again, you see Dylan making that run, pulling defenders away, cuts in. Hopiau's there as well. Good block by the defender in the end. Good sure hands and footwork by the goalkeeper. Hopiau, for me, can stay a bit wider as well. If he stays a bit wider, then maybe it's an opportunity to play him. He can take his first touch going to goal and maybe have a hit.
Well, it's a talking to for Toby Uzo after Leyva wins that free kick. Leyva. Ocampo Chavez. He stood up on the ball. Tulsa has it back. Stayed in play. Hedrick here. Back to Malin Roberts. Altamirano. He's going to try to burn Ulysses. Looking for Uzo toward the back post. Out finds the Tulsa player, but goes out for a goal kick.
You want Ulysses to get a bit tighter, and that play happens at midfield or just past midfield. You want to allow the attacker that much space to drive at you. You want to initiate that earlier.
Roberts back to Stajdahar. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Uzo trying to poke that through there. Looking for Gonzalez. Lobo. Picked out DaCosta, going through from Marlin. Marlin, his first hit outside of the net, and the flag up for offside in any event.
Great action from Tulsa. Fantastic action there. Good timing, great little through ball there. Unfortunate to be offside. That's a fantastic through ball.
Leyva and Daly will have an opportunity in defense as Hedrick tries to dribble through traffic. If they can shut down those second balls, when he dribbles through, they'll be able to feed it to Justin Dillon, who will only be one-on-one with the defender.
Roberts with it there, back for Hedrick. Near side to Sheldon. Marlin doing battle with Hines. Hines pokes it away. Now it's double air. Looking for Dillon.
Good defending again by Hines. Very aggressive defending on Marlin.
Altamirano just nowhere to go right now between Hopiau and Ulysses when he's on the ball. Reyes. Lobo can't hold it in play. Out for a Tacoma throw. Burkholz. Hines. Ocampo Chavez. Hines pressing forward. Daly switches to the far side. It's Hopiau.
Great ball by Daly.
Hopiau, a low ball from him, and Starsdahar has it at the near post.
So you don't mind that aggressive play. That ball from Daly's fantastic. It was very good patience from Tacoma Defiance, goes side to side. Daly with a crisp ball in to Hopiau, takes a great first touch. The timing of it was great. And you like this aggressive play, a little inside outside, tries to drive it, doesn't quite chop it back the way he wants to, but it's a good aggressive play.
Jesse Daly manhandled in the open field. That leads to a free kick.
Yeah. Pulled down from behind.
No complaint from Manny Gonzalez. Now danger, a ball here to DaCosta. Gone for the far post and fans it wide.
Very fortunate Tacoma Defiance there. Another poor giveaway in their own defensive third leads to that transitional moment and opportunity by Tulsa Roughneck. Very, very fortunate to not have given up the open goal, the opener tonight.
Well, with just weeks remaining, the pressure is officially on. Tune into ESPN 3 on October 2nd at 6 p.m. Pacific time as El Paso Locomotive look to secure one of the final playoff spots, while Fresno FC has its sight on hosting in the postseason. It's Locomotive FC and the Foxes on October 2nd at 6 p.m. Pacific time, Wednesday Night Soccer on ESPN 3. Ocampo Chavez back inside for Hines. Awkward for him to deal with, but he's done so. Comes behind Dylan, finds Hopiau. Hopiau for Daly. Double air spins. Knocked away there by Lobo. Out as far as Leyva. And broken up. Altamirano. Off the head of DaCosta and over to Marlin.
Leyva has to connect that. Great surging play again by Hines. Hines has been fantastic this half. Great surging runs forward. Great action from Tacoma Defiance. Leyva, again, his positional play is tremendous, but he has to be able to connect that. Very uncharacteristic of him not to connect that play. That would allow Tacoma Defiance to sustain that pressure and that opportunity.
Daly for double air. Well turned. Ocampo Chavez. Cutting inside to his right, gone for goal, and it's right at Stajdahar. Well, Alfonso Ocampo Chavez has had his pick of the litter in terms of cutting inside to make space for himself, but the shots haven't been there.
Yeah, you don't mind that at all. Look, he gets isolated, takes his first touch, he's progressing away, tries to bend it, right idea. He's trying to probably bend that and curl that into the far post, but again, you like good aggressive play by your wingers.
Here's Uzo. Gonzalez and over to Altamirano. Marlin chips that through. Ulysses jumps up, falls for Altamirano. To the byline, his cross to the back post, over the head of a leaping Uzo. Uzo very good in the air, but even he won't get to that ball.
Altamirano's been very good as well, getting isolated against Ulysses. He's taken him to that end line a few times with this simple, just a little inside of the foot drag play. So Ulysses certainly has to correct his defensive stance and not allow the services to get off that easy, because you have a big target in Uzo just waiting in the box for that.
Sheldon's header gets beyond DaCosta. Hopiau just knocks it out at the far side.
Want to see Hopiau possibly have a bit more composure there on the turn. Can certainly pick out possibly Dylan with that opportunity.
Here's Reyes. Burkholz diving to head that ball back out. Leyva up toward Hopiau. He's going to do battle with Lobo. Nicked away from him by Gonzalez. Right back to him in the middle. Finds Daly. The return. Overhit for him. Comes through to Roberts.
Initially, a great first touch by Hopiau. I mean, this is an opportunity for him to really put a stamp on the game up and down the right-hand channel.
Here's DaCosta coming in from the near side. Ball comes behind Altamirano. And the Honduran winger doing well just to keep that ball in there.
And that's where you want to see Ulysses get touch tight.
Back for Altamirano atop the 18. And another save from Trey Muse.
And Ulysses has to correct this matchup, because as Altamirano takes a bad touch and he's going away from goal with his back to you, that's as a defender where you have to really close up that space and just continue to force him backwards. He doesn't, and then also doesn't spin with the runner, so Ulysses has to correct that matchup. Fully capable. He's a great young defender, but he has to bring some bite and steel into that matchup. Altamirano has been very good this half.
See Chris Little there issuing instructions. Toby Uzo, just an absolute handful right now for this Tacoma back line. Billed at 6'4", and it's not a slim 6'4". Not to sound disparaging at all of the forward, but he's just been impossible to bully off the ball.
Yep. A true 9, great hold-up player, in the air, on the ground, good soccer IQ, be a handful. So that's when you have to address by committee. You have to have pressure on him, and then obviously you have to guys that track their runners and make sure you cover.
Alfonso Ocampo Chavez moving forward, hits that ball right behind Dylan. Just miscommunication on who was making which run. DaCosta going ahead here. That's a long ball to Marlin. A sliding challenge comes in, and Nick Hines has won it once more.
That's a fantastic challenge by Nick Hines, by the way. You thought that ball had beaten him, but his ability to recover and make the tackle and retain possession is absolutely fantastic here on the replay. You see it.
Defiance trying to press forward. They switch to the far side for Hopiau. Ulysses making the underlapping run. Pokes it into Dylan. Dylan thinking about a quick turn there. Couldn't get it to go. And now a turn over to Uzo. Dropped for Gonzalez. Altamirano making the move. He's got 3 paces on Ulysses. Has to slow up Ulysses a chance to recover. Spun in. Headed away from Uzo. And collected by Hines at the near sideline.
Tulsa looks like they're used to having speed advantages against the fullbacks, and they're just not getting that against Ulysses and Hines.
Leyva giving away the free kick there. Referee going to her pocket as well.
Interesting one. I thought Leyva had won the ball. I don't know if she's given the yellow for the high boot, the studs up challenge, or what have you, but I thought Leyva was first to that ball. Just a little collision.
Well, Defiance doing what they can to lobby on behalf of Danny Leyva, who definitely took the worst of the collision. As he will be booked here in the 33rd. Now here's the problem. The only thing I can think of that she's given this for is for dangerous play,
right,
which is an indirect free kick offense. He didn't make contact with Uzo, or at least it was after he'd made contact with the ball. Here's another look. The
baited a little bit. I mean, I thought Leyva did well to get to that ball first. I can see with a high boot, maybe not a deserved yellow card, as you see the player honestly going for the ball and actually gets there
there.
first.
It is an indirect free kick, so the yellow's been given for playing in a dangerous manner, which you will see given when a boot comes up towards someone's head. Just often you don't see it given when a player's won the ball. Sent toward goal and smashed high.
And going back to that initial play, Burkholz has had some uncharacteristic giveaways. He's seemed rushed, which is led to that opportunity there. But he also had a big giveaway earlier in the half that probably led to Tulsa Roughnecks' most dangerous opportunity. So he has to continue to get better with the ball. There you see him, one touch, great outlet. Hines able to surge into the attacking third.
Hines has some options in the middle, goes ahead for Alfonso Ocampo Chavez. Hedrick out to cover. They'll just shield that ball out of play. Fans, you can continue to enjoy the USL on ESPN through the 2022 season. USL is excited to announce that the championship and League One will remain with the leader in sports for 3 more years. ESPN Plus will continue to be the home of all things USL, and at least 19 games a year will be featured on the ESPN family of networks, including 9 games on ESPN Deportes. Continue to follow, support, and watch your club on ESPN and ESPN Plus. 35th minute now, 0-0 here at Cheney Stadium. Oh, not for lack of a couple of really dangerous chances on each side of the ball.
Great win there by Burkholdt. It's a great challenge in the air.
Burkholdt back out toward midfield. Gonzalez flicks it up to Uzo. And that, a pretty sizable hit. Free kick given going the other way. Alex Burkholdt has taken the worst of that. And now it'll be Tacoma Defiance's turn to ask for where the card is. Well, there it is. Toby Uzo cautioned there. It wasn't the player that took the shot, but he might have just talked his way into one. Here's the contact. Well, there it is right there. A little off the ball.
A little knock after the ball was cleared,
yeah,
probably.
Just a couple of collisions. I'd be fine either with no yellow cards both way, both on Leyva and Uzo.
And it looks like the center referee listened to her partner on the sideline. She didn't reach for her pocket immediately.
Right.
There was a little bit of a conversation.
Gone over the top and collected by Stajduhar. And this is one of those moments in the match now where you just start to see guys stay in a little bit later on challenges, a couple yellow cards given out. Tempers not flaring,
right,
but simmering, you might say.
I'm sure the game will even.
DaCosta, well-weighted ball there. That finds Marlin with his first touch. Wide once more.
DaCosta, that his left foot has been superb tonight. His ability to see multiple lanes in front of him is fantastic. He's looking well beyond the first line into that second and third line and delivering some very delicate balls.
Tacoma. Hard hit ball to the far touchline. Hopiao not able to corral it.
Unfortunate opportunity there. Just timing was a bit off, but it's good hold up play by Dylan. Hopiao trying to run off it, just the timing of it was off. But if that had made it, they were certainly off to the races. Hopiao was off to the races down this right channel.
Defiance haven't done a great job of getting Justin Dillon touches today. And with a player like him who's gotten 10 goals on the season, at some point you've got to find a way to just get him those touches in traffic. You know he can dribble through pressure and create. He's done it throughout the season.
Daly venturing very far forward now.
And you see the gap. Have to be able to close down that gap. Have to be connected. If you have your players pressing the ball, there can't be a gap behind them. It has to be more connected.
Nearly won away by Marlin there. Hines with the downfield heave. Campo Chavez. Straight back to Hines, now to Rogers. And turned over on the attempted ball forward.
And Burkholz has struggled in this game offensively with the ball at his feet and being able to connect passes.
Here's DaCosta. He's brought down. Lead to a free kick right at the edge of the attacking third for Tulsa. They restart it quickly for Altamirano. Altamirano breaking up the far side. Ulysses found his way back to recover. Low cross there, headed up by Rogers. One back by Lobo. Poked up to Uzo. Played back to Gonzalez. Here's DaCosta out wide on his left foot once more. Well, Tulsa, their build-up play right up to the edge of the 18 has been sensational.
It really has. I mean, the technical ability of their players in the attacking third has been very good. Their patience has been very good. But also it come Defiance there, double air and Hopiao not challenging that second ball that occurred allowed Tulsa to sustain pressure. It has to be better communication. You have to be able to win second ball opportunities.
Well, there's a touch for Justin Dillon. Nothing doing on it, unfortunately. Gone out for a throw.
Seemed he put it on the target that both he and Ocampo Chavez wanted.
Another free kick, this one benefiting Tacoma. Players remain down after the ball's gone away. I think that's Alfonso Ocampo Chavez that's on the deck. From our angle, didn't seem to be too much in that contact. We'll see if we can get another look.
A little whiplash. He's going in for the header. He's backtracking for a header. He kind of just gets hit awkwardly off that throw-in.
Back on his feet now and come off under his own power. Here's another look. Well, yeah, just
snap.
Didn't seem intentional from Marlon there. Just unfortunate timing, and the contact happens to rock his head right back. He's up with the fourth official, Charlie Delgadillo, and looks set to request permission to rejoin the match. Meanwhile, lumped through ball for Justin Dillon. He won't get to it. And Ocampo Chavez waved back on.
Again, you see the gap. You see your front two.
Double air.
But the gap's too big.
Dillon. Ocampo Chavez. Floated far side toward Daly. Headed out by Lobo. Tacoma nearly getting that turnover,
yep,
James.
They certainly are, and they need to do a better job with their width. Their flank play is what they're really good at and create opportunities. Sometimes, especially in that transition there, they're way too narrow. And it allows Tulsa to easily cut out passing channels and passing lanes. They just need to continue to have their width and get players isolated, get number up opportunities out on the flanks.
Seems like they almost surprised themselves winning the ball, so didn't quite know what everybody should do at that moment.
Right.
Daly. Pardon me, Leyva, too big a first touch. Still falls for Dillon. Dillon to his left foot. That shot's blocked. Skitters to the near touchline. And eventually trickles out for a Tacoma throw. 44th minute here. Defiance seeing if they can work their way to an opening goal here at the close of the first half.
Uzo blasted that one into the boards.
Good patience here by Tacoma Defiance off the throw-in. Is what we spoke about. It just comes down to decision making. So now they've retained possession. They can shift Tulsa, look for gaps, get Hopiau isolated.
Hopiau, that cross comes behind Dillon. He can't control it, and Shilden knocks it away.
Great touch by Doubleair.
We'll play 2 minutes of added time here in the first half. Defiance win a free kick inside the attacking third.
Again, Hopiau, his 1v1 ability is very good. Another inside-out move. This time gets a good whip on the ball. Dillon unable to bring it down on his first touch. Doubleair there for the layoff. But again, good action by Tacoma Defiance. Here, Doubleair. Get a nice bump. Chavez with the touch. Draws the foul. Definitely let his leg drag in there a little bit.
Hopiau and Alfonso Ocampo Chavez over the ball. It's Hopiau trying to go back to Ocampo Chavez. A little bit of trickery there. Didn't come off the way they intended, and now Tulsa looking to break into the open field. Coming to the near side, it finds Marlin. And DaCosta. Altamirano. Tightly covered by Ulysses. Back for Gonzalez.
Much better defending by Ulysses there.
And Hopiau wins that ball along the far sideline. Quickly up to Dillon. The switch for Alfonso Ocampo Chavez. Hines, a huge run downfield. Dwindling seconds of the 2 minutes. We'll see if we add on any more for that free kick. Leyva.
Great ball. Great first touch by Chavez.
And shoulder to shoulder, says the referee. Whistle sounds 0-0 at the half between Tulsa Roughnecks FC and Tacoma Defiance. James, your final thoughts on these first 45?
I thought it was an evenly played match. Tulsa Defiance very good in the attacking third in their technical ability and their ability to recycle and cycle the ball. Certainly had the most dangerous opportunities. But I thought Tacoma Defiance came on. I mean, their patience, their ability to cause turnovers and go straight to goal, I thought was very good. All in all, an even matchup. And I think in the second half, I'm sure the intensity will pick up.
Scoreless through the first half. We go to the break at 0-0. When we come back, we'll take a look at what's going on around the rest of the USL Championship. That's next here on ESPN+.
Charging through, has to go! And what a strike it is! From the let's go to the left point, Jamal Johnson! Oh, what a strike! What a goal! Perfectly played! Saved by Bettleson! They only let this by one of the Clever will take a shot. He fires it home.
Oh, Lansing header, and he caps it off with the goal of the night.
Down in the back of the net. Fresno out of nowhere.
Wharton and Espria in it as well. Williamson strikes and puts it in.
The back post, it's off the woodwork, and it's in.
What a beautiful strike.
That's the back of the net. Asante corner, and Hubbard does even better. Robert's gonna take a shot on goal with a cross and a fantastic save.
Good shot from Blackwood. Nice play by Van Oakle
To force him to give the ball. Oh, that's an important intervention by Logan Kettering.
Cloud fires, and back in the net.
Hurls and scores.
Oh,
Zaguro. Giovanni again.
on, up and in.
Gilmo
Just
Giovanni.
like
He did it again. Tries the left-footed shot and finds the back of the net.
post. Oh, what a finish. Arturo Rodriguez. Demas the other way. Demas saved by Hara.
It's going for that top corner. What a save by shot. It's saved again by Giuliano Chache.
Wide open.
Avenue. Shot saved by Fitzgerald. Still around the box for Chattanooga. The shot by Caparelli's pushed aside by Herrera.
Welcome back into Cheney Stadium here in Tacoma, Washington, the site of tonight's Tacoma Defiance match against Tulsa Roughnecks, which is 0-0 through 45 minutes here on ESPN+. Welcome back for our halftime show. I'm Andrew Harvey, alongside James Riley and Dave Clark. There's a lot to talk about that's going on in this match, but before we do, there's a lot to talk about what's going on around the league, especially since we're moving into those last 4 weeks of play. Here's a look at some other scores that have been going on around the USL Championship today, as we get them called up for you here on screen.
This is one of the busier nights in USL Championship action. There were 17 games here on Saturday. Here are some of the key ones in the Western Conference. Phoenix rising behind at halftime. Can they lose 2 in a row after winning 20 in a row?
I mean, the good news for Phoenix is I'm pretty sure they have their playoff spot secured. But no, so some scores there. One more score that will be worth noting in a moment as we flip over to look at our Western Conference standings is that San Antonio has defeated Fresno FC 2-1. So as it stands right now, San Antonio sitting in that 10th playoff position with 41 points. This not quite up to date at the moment. Tough to update with all of the matches going on. But that big win for San Antonio means that right now Tulsa's sitting on 30 points. They can max out at 42, but to stay in playoff contention, they need to win out their remaining schedule, which includes tonight's match. finally, some other news from around the USL Championship. And we start over in Colorado Springs, who made a very ambitious head coach signing, Dave.
Yeah, when you signed the 2018 USL Coach of the Year, man with MLS experience, Alan Koch, coming in for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks, that's an aggressive move for that team out there, and it'll be interesting to see what he can do as he kind of learns who they have and what they need to do to improve for next season.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, over in Louisville City, installing sod in their stadium. It's one of the fun parts of the year as we get so many news about new franchises coming in, people making infrastructural changes, and, you know, I think we're all just big fans of stadiums getting built. Here's a look at it right here, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty awesome place to play soccer.
Yeah, that's going to, I think it's 11,700 there, dedicated soccer facility. Louisville's drawn huge crowds. It's an ambitious project for them to grow the sport out there in Kentucky.
And, of course, our final bit of news, it's a little bit dog-related. It is Dog Days of Defiance here at Cheney Stadium tonight. A lot of the great dogs on hand. Oh, look, I can't.
That's a Riverhound right there. That's why we're Pittsburgh Riverhound fans tonight. They're 10-1-3 in their last 14, including tonight's 3-0 win. That's what pushed them into the Eastern Conference playoffs. And as it's Dogs of Defiance here at Cheney Stadium, we're going to be Riverhounds fans for the day.
Absolutely. Of course, anytime you can pull off, right, 10 games, 10 wins, 4 draws, 1 loss over a 10-1-3 over a 14-match period. It always does so much for your playoff aspirations. They've now clinched, and we couldn't resist a dog pun as well, which is why we did that bit. We're 0-0 at the break between Tacoma Defiance and Tulsa Roughnecks here at Cheney Stadium. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll take a look at some of the action from the first half here on ESPN+. Don't go away. Welcome back into Cheney Stadium as we get set for the start of the second half between Tacoma Defiance and Tulsa Roughnecks. 0-0 through 45 minutes. Andrew Harvey alongside James Riley, Dave Clark for you here on the call. Dave, as you look at that first 45 for Tulsa, what stands out to you in terms of something that needs to change for them to find more success offensively? The build-up's been there. The final product has not been.
Altamirano and Marlin both get space on those initial passes. They're getting fed through. They just don't have the speed to beat Denzel Ulysses or Nick Hines. So what I want them to do is take a touch to get inside, forcing one of the center backs to close on them. If they do that, they should be able to take advantage and then bounce it off of Uzo or Rodrigo da Costa, because right now they're giving Ulysses and Hines the opportunity to catch them on the run.
Similarly for Tacoma Defiance, James, what stands out to you? What has to change for Defiance?
We need to get Dylan more involved in the game, or Tacoma Defiance needs to get Dylan more involved in the game. Sometimes that comes with his ability to press high up the line, but he has to have the support behind him, so the lines need to be connected as he's pressing. And secondly, the flank play with Chavez and Hopi on the flanks, with Hines and Ulysses' ability to overlap and underlap. They really need to utilize their flank play and keep their width and get services into the box for the big Dylan to attack.
Well, we'll see how it all unfolds. Like we mentioned, Tulsa Roughnecks sitting on 31 points if this scoreline holds. That would eliminate them from playoff contention. Of course, they will need some help to potentially get there.
And it's interesting that as James was talking about Daly and Double Air supporting Dylan up top, it was Daly and Double Air having a little conversation. Generally, Jesse Daly just talking to Ethan Double Air and saying, this is what we need to do.
And Daly's going to be in charge. Daly and Dylan need to give information to Double Air. You have a young player that's playing a very important role just behind the number 9 as a 10. So he obviously needs directions offensively and defensively and in transitional moments as a young player trying to make his mark on this game, this league.
Toby Uzo standing over the ball. He was a real force in the first half, was cautioned as well in the 36th minute. Danny Leyva, the only other player in referee Reyna Fonseca's book. As we get the second half underway, we'll see if there's a game winner in this. Leyva clips it away from Uzo. Reyes looking for Marlin. Finds him on the far side. Sheldon on the overlap. Slow ball coming to Sheldon. He's defended by Hines. Sheldon smashes that cross right into Alfonso Ocampo Chavez. And out for the throw.
Chavez with a good block. Sheldon with some tidy feet there. A couple step overs. Pushes it outside. Tries to whip the ball in. And now here we see a long throw.
Header one from DaCosta. Rogers tips it back. That came off Ulysses last. In either case, it leads to another corner.
That long throw certainly caused some problems. Not only on that first initial ball, but again, the second ball opportunity, second and third ball opportunities will be key.
This is a lot of respect that Tacoma's showing for the corner by Tulsa. They brought everybody back.
Right.
Altamirano keeps it short. DaCosta, left-footed cross, ricochets around. And DaCosta just going to reset. Second ball in, tests Trey Muse. He has it off the bounce.
Good hands by Muse there. Good confident grab. Takes it off the one hop. But going back to that corner, Dave, we usually see Tacoma that keep three up high so that they have an opportunity to break. But they're in the first half as well. They've brought everyone back to defend the corner kick opportunities for Tulsa.
Hopi out there doing enough to advance the ball downfield. Tulsa winds up winning the throw. Thrown in for Altamirano. He wanted that ball in from Marlin. Uzo nearly got a foot to that. Rogers under pressure all the same.
Chavez with a risky ball there. Very risky square ball.
Here's Justin Dillon. The big man surging forward. It's forced out wide. It's a low cross in front of goal and missed wide. Popiao nearly linking up with Dillon there for the opening goal.
That's fantastic work by Dillon. You see his quality and his technical ability for a big man. Drives, gets it on his left foot. Great near post ball. Hopiao just unlucky not to redirect that, but a great run from Hopiao as well to get all the way across into that near post.
Reyes.
Good confident play by Tacoma Defiance. That's one way to get Uzo tired. If he has to chase, so just a little rondo around him, continue to have him waste his energy doing his defensive work, then when he gets it offensively, he's going to be tired to push forward.
Dilly ahead for Dillon, and the flag up for offside. Clever finish by Dillon in any event. The ball just a little bit slow coming from Jesse Daly.
Very clever finish, good thought by Daly, but it comes from that confident play in their own defensive third, and then they're able to break the lines. Great run, great outside of the football. Great finish nonetheless, but good action thus far from Tacoma Defiance.
Lobo finds Gonzalez. Here's Hedrick. He slides in to chase after that ball. Turned back by Defiance. Ocampo Chavez has some space up the left side. He's going to get that ball. Roberts coming out to close on the far side. Ocampo Chavez back into the middle. Too long for Hopiao, who's in a foot race with Stajdahar, and the keeper having the advantage of being able to use his hands, able to cut out the danger.
Defiance continue to threaten close. You look at this pass from Alfonso Ocampo Chavez, and it's just a little too heavy. Hopiao is right in the proper position. That's twice now that he's made the right run, and his players are looking for him.
And you saw that whole chance developed after Hedrick charged forward and got himself out of position. Does that speak to the maturity of this Tacoma team to see that and try to exploit it?
Certainly. I mean, I think just that final ball, maybe a bit nonchalant. Usually Chavez has a bit more quality there in that final third. It's a great run by Hopiao. Again, those are the opportunities that Tacoma Defiance need to be ruthless in and really punish Tulsa. But it was a great recognition of where the gaps were.
Daly finds Leyva. Altamirano pokes it away from behind. Now Reyes. Marlin charging through over the top. He's offside. Reyes going to carry it forward himself. Chips it to the far side. Here's DaCosta. DaCosta could be in here. Tries to bring that ball down. Appeals for handball, and it's given. Tacoma quickly playing the free kick out. Just more danger just now from that Tulsa attack. Long ball over the top for Dillon. The flag is up.
You don't mind that from Dillon. They're looking for him a bit more now. It's direct balls and some clever touches and through balls as well, but you like to see him playing off the back shoulder of the center back just to keep the center backs honest. That's going to open up space to come underneath, collect the ball, hold up, and connect your midfielders into the play.
Nick Hines pokes that ball away. That's going to earn him a yellow card. Didn't like the setup of allowing them to take the throw in while he was still busy getting back in play, so he eats the booking. You ever do that in your career, James?
No, I mean, he's going to need to be weary now. You certainly don't want to get a booking that early in the second half, so he's going to have to be.
This one comes all the way through from Marlin. Marlin, cut back cross off of Burkholz and out for a 5th corner of the night for Tulsa.
Great cover there by Burkholz to get over and block that opportunity. Great recognition. So, yeah, you want to save your yellows. Hines coming back. No real danger. They're in their middle third behind the halfway line. So unnecessary to take that card, especially now that you have to play the rest of the half on a booking.
DaCosta now for the in-swinging corner. Hard struck ball to the back post. Gone over Roberts. Bounces out the far side for a goal kick. Fans, the USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy. This allows clubs at all levels across the USL to develop its local talent and compete at the highest level across the United States, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. One back by Tulsa here. They square it for Gonzalez. Altamirano. He shovels that ball inside. Knocked back out by Rogers. Altamirano once more to the far post. Uzo gets the header. It's right into the chest of Trey Muse.
Fantastic ball by Altamirano. Again, it's that matchup. Ulysses giving him too much space on that side. Able to get to his left foot again. Sometimes as a defender, you want to overplay it, so he should sag a little bit. You see Ulysses here, knowing he wants to get to his left. Hopial needs to talk and let him know his help is there. You don't let him get to the end line and get a serving opportunity, especially with Uzo, the big body of Uzo in the box there. Tacoma Defiance very fortunate not to be punished on that occasion.
Trey Muse at the end with a Harlem Globetrotter-esque save, letting it ring around his chest. Ocampo Chavez cuts that back for Double Air. Double Air pressing in here against Hedrick. He squares that ball, gets beyond Dillon. He resets to Leva. Ulysses. Searching now, probing, seeing if there's an opening. Hines thinks he sees something. Dillon, can he turn? Ulysses lets it run long. Pushed wide for Double Air. Flipped ahead for Hopial. Flag stays down on Shannon Hopial. Must have been held on by someone on the backside.
I think even Shannon was surprised that that flag stayed down.
Great patience by Tacoma to swing the ball side to side, looking for an opportunity, looking for gaps and seams. Unfortunate touch there by Chavez, uncharacteristic, but good patience in that build-up.
Ocampo Chavez finds Leva. He'll go square to Jesse Daly.
Great win by Leva and to drive in, surge into the attacking third as well. His decision-making in the second half has been very good.
Hines. Want a free kick there off a handling offense. Referee lets Tacoma restart it from a position other than where the foul occurred. It's gone wide for Hopial.
And it's one of those things where Ulysses and Hines have to recognize when to underlap and overlap.
Here is Ulysses. He tries to force that cross.
And you have Hopial that gets isolated, but that underlap draws the second defender. Sometimes you have to recognize that as an outside back, especially if I have my outside midfielder who's isolated in good positioning, good timing of the ball was delivered. Let him go. Let me just support it, and now I don't bring that second defender over. So it's just maturity and just going through situations. of when to overlap, when to underlap, and when to just support your outside midfielder and let him get isolated and go 1v1.
Here's Ulysses dancing in through a couple of tackles, wide for Hopiau and knocked away that time by Luca Lobo.
Fantastic play by Ulysses there to drive, good balance, good ability to maneuver past defenders.
Double air, he's turned that well. Trying to get it to Dylan, knocked away by Hedrick. Now to Costa. Long ball, Hines has the inside line, cuts it upfield.
Fantastic by Hines, good balance. Look at that, and connects the play even better. But great 1v1 defending again, ability to take that off the half bounce, turn it back upfield, and then connect. It's the biggest thing, connect out of transition.
Ball here for DaCosta. In on that left foot. Over the top, Altamirano. Has he control it with his arm? Referee says no, but Denzo Ulysses winds up winning the ball away.
What a phenomenal ball by DaCosta. His left foot is superb. Very delicate left foot.
Referee playing advantage after Uzo's gone down. Here's Altamirano up the near side. Options in the middle. Crossed toward the head of Uzo, down and in.
Again.
Toby Uzo, his 4th goal of the season, just before the hour mark.
Ulysses again giving Altamirano way too much space to serve that ball. Like I said, you almost have to sag it. Sag down low, play off him 2 or 3 yards, take away his left foot. It's this almost the identical ball he delivered prior that Trey Muse was able to save. Uzo drifts to the back post. So here, he has to get 2 yards. Do not let him get this service off. Way too easy of an opportunity to service. No one's touched tight on the biggest target in the box, and Uzo, and he puts down a clinical header.
Well, and it comes at a big moment for Tulsa Roughnecks FC. Altamirano gets his 6th assist of the year. As we get set to get back underway, and now Tacoma so often this year has played well, put in a strong hour, and then something goes wrong. What happens at this stage in the season? There won't be any playoffs for the Defiance, but what can they do to try to respond?
Again, you're playing for respect. You're playing, you're competing for contracts and extensions. So certainly a lot on the line still. But again, going back to that play, it's just an individual defending shift on how to defend a winger that's been very good with his left foot, that has an opportunity to get services off, and has gotten at least 6 to 8 very good services off his left foot. You have to be able to switch up your defensive stance and the spacing that you give to a player of his quality in Altamirano, especially when you have a target like Uzo in the box. That has to come from Trey Muse. That needs to come from Rogers and Burkholz on how to shift Ulysses to get him to not allow that service too easily.
Here's Uzo fighting his way inside once more. Nearly teed himself up for the half volley there. Didn't quite come off the way he intended. It's cleared away a long way and out for a Tulsa throw.
Yeah, I am a little bit confused about how Rogers and Burkholz managed to lose track of Uzo. That's not the size body that you normally lose sight of.
Right.
Lobo, long looping throw from him. Knocked clear by Burkholz. Only as far as Reyes, and that one gone well wide. Well, just weeks remaining, pressure is officially on. Tune in to ESPN3 on October 2nd at 6 p.m. Pacific time as El Paso Locomotive look to secure one of the final playoff spots. while Fresno FC has its sights set on hosting in the postseason. It's Locomotive FC and the Foxes on October 2nd at 6 p.m. local time for Wednesday Night Soccer on ESPN 3.
Still plenty of time left in this half, so Tacoma Defiance just needs to get their footing back again, connect some passes, and continue just to make good decisions in the middle third, final third, especially in possession. And now they have nothing to lose, so they should certainly edge the lineup and look to cause turnovers in there in the attacking third and push the game a little bit.
Right like that.
Mm-hmm.
They also should be confident. Their first 12, 15 minutes, they had several opportunities on goal.
Yep. And again, that's when not taking those opportunities, not being ruthless in front of goal, can come back to haunt you.
Hines fights his way in here. Nick Hines, a low ball, rolls all the way through traffic and out the far side. Ulysses slides in, gets a foot to it. Now he and Altamirano do battle. Inside for Lobo, and Lobo sends it away.
Great stuff again by Hines down this left channel this time, being able to beat his defender and deliver a good ball. He's been very good tonight, defensively and also in the attack.
Kleva. Hopiau to his left foot. It's a big touch from Hopiau and cleared away by the Roughnecks.
It's going to be interesting to see what Roughnecks do with that one goal lead and the kind of tired legs. Will they won't be able to pressure like they have through most of the game. So they slow it down. Like opportunities right here.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget to get your Sunday morning started right with some NWSL action, as Tacoma Defiance's roommates here at Cheney Stadium, Reign FC, play host to arch rivals Portland Thorns FC. Long ball up the top for Stajdahar. Played out for a throw. Kickoff for that one, scheduled for 11 a.m. Pacific time on ESPN2. Jen Hildreth, Allie Wagner will have the call for you for what should be an exciting chapter in the NWSL's most electric rivalry. Thorns have already clinched a postseason spot. Reign FC can do the same if they take all 3 points at home. And honestly, as we say that, worth mentioning some props due to our groundskeeping crew here at Cheney Stadium. At the start of the year, we did the math, and we figured out that there'd be 99 sporting events that took place on this stadium over the course of the season, between Tacoma Rainiers, AAA Baseball, the 17 home games for Defiance, and the 12, the final of which tomorrow being the home match for the Reign. And that pitch still playing terrifically well this late in the year.
Very true, very well said. I mean, on a natural grass pitch, to go through 99 events and for it to still be playing as it is fantastic, and a huge kudos to the grounds crew.
Hines has to float that in the middle after the return from Muse.
Muse setting Hines up a bit with a floated ball. Very tough to deal with.
Gonzalez leaves a foot in against Daly after the ball goes away. And that has led to a free kick. Here's another look at it here. And just a reaching tackle, nothing more. And another free kick quickly won at midfield. And Gonzalez, the culprit once more, and that's going to lead to a talking to from the referee.
2 within a minute's pretty unusual.
And know, it's one of those things as a referee where you go to a player and said, we just spoke about this. And here's that last foul by Gonzalez again. You have to imagine his next one might land him in the book.
That was a cute little dummy by Jesse Daly there. Justin Dillon just couldn't run down that ball.
It's good pressure by Dillon. Long throw behind.
Ball's gone out, and there's a player down now for Tulsa. It's Luca Lobo over on the near side. Still no subs to this point in the match. Impressive for Tulsa, considering the midweek fixture. Again, 10 players in the starting 11 tonight also started in that match. Gonzalez back to Lobo. Seems to be back on his feet now and through whatever was troubling him. Daly gone wide for Hopiau. Shielded off the ball by Lobo well there.
Good clean play by Tulsa. I mean, their ability to rondo, keep possession, pass and move. Crisp balls on the ground, good angles.
Marlin going wide for Sheldon. Sheldon stuck a boot in the air, did a great job of almost getting a touch to keep that ball in, couldn't manage it.
You'll notice a positional switch for Tacoma Defiance. Ocampo Chavez is now playing as kind of that number 10, which might mean he's more of a 9.5. And Double Air is the wide midfielder.
One back here by Sheldon. Tied up with Hines. Last off Sheldon. And a Tacoma throw-in. Leyva through 2 reaching tackles. Tries to pick out Hopiau. Didn't account for Lobo.
And Leyva has struggled tonight. Very uncharacteristic giveaways and telegraphing plays.
Costa
usually.
Over the top for Altamirano. And that one nipped out for a corner. Pardon me, James.
No problem. And usually he does better at disguising his pass, but he certainly looks gassed. Just decision making is always the number one thing to go when you're a bit fatigued.
Costa getting set for this outswinger. 6th corner of the match for the visitors. Hits that one square. First header from Hopiau. Reyes, the second ball, gets beyond Hedrick. Justin Dillon gives chase. He has Double Air down the line. And Double Air was looking to win the throw in there. Leyva sticks his head in. Knocks it up to Jesse Daly, and that was another boot toward the head of a player. Yep, free kick's been given, I believe, for dangerous play.
And Defiance are pointing out that it's the similar call.
Marlin feels aggrieved, but no less aggrieved than Daniel Leyva felt in the first half, as he is booked. Just anytime you see a player leave their feet like this, cause for concern. And Jesse Daly, a very lucky man right now. And that'll be his last involvement of the night, as he'll sub off here for Danny Robles in the 73rd minute. Robles, 1 goal on the year, checking in now. Just worth mentioning for those of you who might wonder, Jesse Daly's presence in the match does not use up a sub for Tacoma. When you use a player off your bench to replace an injured player at the start of the match, they're just inserted, your bench goes down 1, but it doesn't actually use up a formal substitution.
We're seeing Danny Robles in a much deeper position than he normally is. In the academy, he played as a winger and as a number 10. He's played as the 10 here with Tacoma most of this season. So seeing him in this kind of 6 and 8 role will be quite interesting.
Could this also possibly suggest, James, that Chris Little is switching to 1 holding mid and putting 4 in the attacking band?
Possibly, yeah. Without a doubt. They have nothing to lose, so definitely a formation shift has occurred where you may only need to sit with 1 true holding midfielder. Before you had two true holding midfielders in a Danny Leyva and Daly.
Here's double air. Ocampo Chavez now playing out on the right. And here's Robles. Ball over the top, looking for Hopiau, who's inverted to the left wing. He'll get to that ball. Hopiau steps top side, quickly closed down. Robles chips that to the back post. No one read the run.
Unlucky. Robles with some good thoughts. Good ball. Gets on his left foot. Good switching ball to Hopiau. Some assertive play. Delicate little chip here. Just trying to find someone back post with this touch.
Kind of surprised Shandon didn't wind up and shoot there. His right foot would have been at the perfect angle. He hasn't played on the left in a long time, but that's where he came up through the academy.
Stoppage in play was because Ocampo Chavez was offside. Staj Dahar gets us back underway. Uzo left the boot up high. He's caught Denzo Ulysses there. At least it seems that way.
That's his second.
And
if he gets it.
Toby Uzo is on a yellow card. The referee has it out of her pocket. Toby Uzo's night is done with 15 minutes to play.
It's a bit unfortunate for Uzo. Didn't think there's any intent there. Clever little touch, actually, for him. That's his second yellow. We'll see the replay, but I thought it was very unfortunate. But the referee stays true to her word and what the precedent that she set for a lot of these high boots.
There it is again. Yeah, just, I mean, you talk about yellow cards often given for reckless play, and that scorpion flick definitely rises to the challenge. I think this one not given for dangerous play since contact was actually made. It's just unsporting behavior.
Right. Bit unfortunate. But Uzo had a great night. His hold-up play, obviously he has the goal. Great finish on the header. He's been an absolute menace for Rogers and Burkholz.
Tulsa working quickly over on the far sideline. They're going to make a change to try to arrange their formation a little bit better. Hopiau not able to get on the end of that ball. Robles going through for Dylan. Staj Dahar alert off his line, and he may well have to be over these last 14 minutes or so.
Great read by Staj Dahar there to come out, gobble that one up. But Tacoma Defiance certainly needs to be able to push the tempo now, not only with a man up, but at home, down a goal. Really should be pushing the tempo and rushing everything that Tulsa can do.
Staj Dahar getting a little bit cheeky against Alfonso Ocampo Chavez there. Jeff Adai, the substitute, waiting there on the near sideline. Double air, tripped up. Free kick given. Manny Gonzalez heading off to make way for Adai.
Interesting there, in that Manny Gonzalez was the only change from the midweek match.
Dye, meanwhile, on for his 23rd appearance of the year with Tulsa. Leyva plays the kick short. Ocampo Chavez. Fan to the far side. Here's Hines. Nick Hines blocked right away. That was Marlin getting a foot to it. Robles on the ground to Burkholz. Sliding challenge from Marlin. Plays it out for a throw-in. Robles inside for Hopiau.
Shannon will want that touch back.
And Tulsa doing very well defending in their blocks, down a man. They're shifting well. They're clogging passing lanes, blocking services. And Tacoma Defiance will have an opportunity again. This is what the game will look like a lot, is their ability to build out of the back. And they'll have a lot of possession going into the last 10, 15 minutes of this match.
Leyva. Gone wide here for Ocampo Chavez.
When a team's back and set like that, you need quick combinations, you need overloads. You also need to skip passes. You need big switching balls.
Burkholz up to Hopiau. Hopiau. Wide for Ulysses. And wider still for Ocampo Chavez. He drives in a low ball. It's knocked back out by Roberts. Burkholz back in for Hines. Hines gets a bit of space. Manages the cross. Header there from Hedrick.
Fantastic little shift there by Hines. Good delivery. Great defensive header by Tulsa.
And DeCosta's going to be out on an island by himself. He was trying to dribble through 3 Defiance players. If Tulsa's not going to give him support, it's going to be a long night for him as a lone forward.
Ball control by Tacoma after the throw-in. Hopiau down the line for double air. It's a foot race between he and Hedrick. Neither one will get there. But Tacoma can leave that net of pressure high, try to force another turnover here. Tulsa going to pretend that they saw that ball roll over the flag to burn a couple more seconds. Just in that gamesmanship mode, James.
Certainly, especially down a player now on the road with the 1-goal lead. Gamesmanship will certainly come into play. How much time the referee adds will be determined.
Ocampo Chavez here for Leyva. Leyva chops it to his right. It's poked away from him. Altamirano still has some gas in those legs. Can't get it beyond Burkholz, though. Ball cut inside. Hedrick's clearance comes right across the face of goal before it's knocked away by Lobo. Only as far as Ulysses. Robles leaps over a challenge, nothing given. And the shot winds up well over the bar. It's going to lead to our second substitution for Tulsa. On comes Fredlin Montpremier, as he is all set to replace Rodrigo da Costa.
Attention please, Tulsa Roughnecks will make their second change for the match, leaving the match number 16, Rodrigo da Costa.
Da Costa's been fantastic. His left foot is superb. His technical ability, his vision to spearhead the attack for Tulsa was very good this evening. Very tidy player.
We've had a free kick given along the near touch line. Denzo Ulysses getting too acquainted with Altamirano.
Very unnecessary foul by Ulysses. Ball's going out for a throw-in and just gets tangled up.
Tulsa retains it off the kick. Here's Altamirano. Tulsa might choose to press here for a second goal. They'll leave plenty back, but they've won another corner.
Defiance indecisive and eventually wind up with all 11 of theirs in the box.
They'll leave Ocampo Chavez as the high man now. The in-swinger from Altamirano. Swung in, emphatic header from Rogers. And just without Toby Uzo as the rebound shot comes through traffic. Still loose, Montpremier's put it wide. Montpremier claiming that came off a defender. Well, he'll claim it, but Denzo Ulysses with an inch-perfect tackle there at a critical moment. Burkholz up for Hines. Hines searching cross there, headed away by Lobo. Ulysses knocks it down. A die trying to clear it. Leyva gets it to Burkholz. Going through here for Hines. Nick Hines, a low ball through the goal, scored! Shandon Hopiau has equalized with less than 5 to go.
Fantastic play again. Burkholz with a very, very excellent ball, splitting the defenders. Hines with the fantastic first touch, and again, he's been pressing and been very busy all game. First touch is great, delivers a fantastic ball to the near post. Hopiau with a fantastic finish one time. Great goal.
5th of the season for Shandon Hopiau. Nick Hines extends his team assist lead. That's his 4th. And how about the quality of the entry ball there as well from Alex Burkholz to start that move?
Great ball by Burkholz.
And Montpremier going to do what he can here to create some more offense. Tulsa proved they were dangerous on that last set piece. Here's a die, far near side, I should say, to Altamirano. He's going to press his way in. And that one blocked out for a corner. Marlon Vargas and Herbert Robinson both on for Defiance. They were already waiting at the midway line when that goal went in. But Chris Little has exhausted his substitutes. So the squad that's out there will have to go the rest of the way.
Tacoma Defiance needs to be sure on this corner kick opportunity. This is an certainly a big-time opportunity for Tulsa Roughnecks.
Low ball in, met first by Robinson. Kept back in by Ocampo Chavez. Now they're going to poke it ahead for Robinson. Here's Marlon. His shot blocked.
Fantastic block by Burkholz. That is a big-time block. Marlon, again, causing havoc. Looking to uncork one there, but Burkholz stood tall.
Reyes to Sheldon. Floated ball in toward Montpremier. Back inside for the forward. Squared there, blocked by Leyva. And Robinson gets it to Robles. Tacoma gonna try to press on the counter. Here come the men in black. Robles, wide for Robinson. Dillon lurking at the back post. Cut ahead for Leyva. Or pardon me, for Vargas. That ball tipped, comes back out to Robinson. He'll try a long-range effort. It tickles the net, but it's on the wrong side of the post.
Robinson with a good effort. Great action from both teams. Fantastic energy in this last 5 minutes or so from both teams. End-to-end action there.
There have been a lot of shifts in the roles right now. Shannon Hopiau is playing right back. This is an aggressive formation that Chris Little has put out there. He's clearly going for a win.
And here's that last attempted cross from Marlon Vargas there. Boy, what a follow-up from Robinson. A recent acquisition for this Tacoma Defiance side. Definitely kind of a signing made with more of next season in mind, but if he has moments like that, people will be salivating, waiting to see what he does in 2020.
Yes, absolutely. Great first touch. Great drive on that volley attempt.
Here's Montpremier. He has an option in the middle. That comes off the outside of Rogers' foot, goes for another corner.
Sam's a little upset with himself on that clearance. But I think Burkles is saying, just get the ball out of there in those cases.
No, it was a good spot. Sam Rogers certainly wants to do better with that. He was in a good spot, wants to clear that up and wide, up the field, and not give up a dangerous corner kick opportunity.
Altamirano for the in-swinger. We're in the 90th minute. Robinson heads that ball back out.
Robinson, one of 2 signings out of the Mexican 3rd Division with Tacoma Defiance right now.
Ever Guzman the other?
Rubio. Ever Rubio.
Pardon me,
Yeah.
Ever Rubio. Getting my Evers mixed up. Here comes Robinson up the far side. He's got Vargas ahead of him. He's going to play a big ball into space.
Fantastic ball.
And he's found Ocampo Chavez. Ocampo Chavez to his left foot. He squares it back toward Robinson. 2 minutes of added time we'll play here at Cheney Stadium. We're into the first of them. Vargas leaves that ball. It turns right back over to Tulsa. All for the taking for either side in this match. Who has more left in the tank? Altamirano cuts it to his left. Pokes it wide toward Montpremier. He's going to go down looking for a penalty. Not going to get it there.
Very close. Altamirano has been fantastic. His ability to chop it back, get on his left foot.
James, this a penalty for you?
Gets a chop. Gets there before the defender. We've seen it called. We've seen it called.
Meanwhile, Vargas tried to pick out Hines in the opposing penalty area. Hines felt he was offside, so he let it run.
But I think it was a good decision in the end by the referee, especially the way this game has gone, to not decide the game with that late penalty.
We have a Tulsa player down injured right now. We're a little stoppage in action.
And that is Altamirano, who's back on his feet now. Stajdahar sends away with seconds left in the scheduled added time. A big header. Defiance won't get to it. Sheldon going to smash it downfield. He comes off Vargas. Hines wins that ball after the shoulder charge against Marlon. He's gone ahead for Robinson. Robinson. Wide for Vargas. Vargas to the back post. Headed away from Hopiau. Might fall in for Leyva here. It's a big, high first touch for him. Tries to poke it through to Robinson. And there's the final whistle. Tacoma Defiance bring the ball all the way down in the last seconds of play. But the real hero, Shandon Hopiau, whose late 86th minute goal salvages a point at home for Tacoma.
A tremendous game, and I thought it really elevated in the last 10 minutes is where most of the action came from. When that red card was was given out to Uzo for a second yellow, the game really turned up pace for the last 10 to 15 minutes, and it was fantastic to see both teams pushing forward, trying to get the late winner. Great action, end-to-end stuff.
Wow.
Delightful.
So Tulsa mathematically eliminated from the postseason, but they can close out their season on a high note. They've got some tough opponents down the stretch: Sacramento, New Mexico, and Reno. Their 3 remaining fixtures. And this just a great contest. For Tacoma, they're on the road at Fresno FC on October 5th, but they will be back here to face off against the Colorado Springs Switchbacks on October 12th. We will have that match for you for a 7 p.m. kickoff, but that's going to do it for us here from Cheney Stadium. For all of us here on ESPN Plus, including my co-broadcasters James Riley and Dave Clark, I'm Andrew Harvey saying so long, thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.